With the NBA season restarting back up very soon, there has been many talks over the past couple months. Who's the best player? Who's the greatest player of all time? This and that. In the last couple of weeks, I made my own top 10 greatest NBA players of all time list. Y'all should go check that video out. It's going viral. It's the most accurate list on YouTube. Now, I've been hearing all these Hall of Famers talking about why MJ and Kobe are better than LeBron, where nobody talked about MJ and Kobe having Phil Jackson as their head coach for their whole careers. So imagine if LeBron James had a great coach, a phenomenal coach like Phil Jackson in their career. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will, and we're back with another banger. And today we are going to be talking about imagining if LeBron James played with an amazing Hall of Famer coach like Phil Jackson in his career. Now, before we get into the video, if y'all new to my channel, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, because I'll be dropping more bangers like this, like more imagine if videos, more basketball 1v1s, more basketball content going to be very soon. Now, here's my thing. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, right? There's no discussion. People can argue LeBron all they want to, but I honestly got to see LeBron win at least one more title or two more titles. For the people that's saying Kobe, and God rest his soul, rest in peace Kobe and Gigi. But the people that say Kobe is better than LeBron, stop it. Because yes, Kobe was phenomenal. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greats. But for people that saying he's better than him because he came back and won a title versus Boston back in 2009, and he had a way lesser cast than LeBron did. Kobe had Shaq, ladies and gentlemen. He had Shaq for the first 3 years of his career. First 6, but like those 3 championships, it was Kobe and Shaq. People act like LeBron, yes, he joined Miami to win the championship. We know that. But people act like MJ and Kobe had no supporting cast like they did it by himself. MJ had one of the greatest players of all time, Scottie Pippen, who's the lockdown defender, with Dennis Rodman, Horace Grant and the crew, Steve Kerr coming off the bench hitting threes. Kobe had Shaq, Robert Horry, Derek Fisher, Ron Artest. He has Nick Van, bro. He had so many greats on that team, on that Lakers team, bro. That Lakers team could have been one of the best teams in history. Like it's like top 10 at least. But both MJ and Kobe, they had Phil Jackson as a coach. Who was LeBron's best coach? Please, somebody tell me that. LeBron's best coach, in my opinion, was probably Eric Spoelstra. Nobody wants to give him credit. Not everybody wants to see how great Eric Spoelstra doing in Miami. Or Tyronn Lue. Other than that, LeBron was his own coach. He was coaching other players. Phil Jackson, imagine this. Listen to this real quick. Imagine if Phil Jackson was coaching this year's Lakers team. Just imagine putting Phil Jackson with LeBron and AD in the crew on this year's Lakers team. Not just this year. The years coming, like there will be a dynasty, because Phil Jackson's system was unstoppable. He had a triangle system set up for an amazing guard or amazing small forward with an amazing center on the floor to just either shoot the ball or pass it to the big man and leave shooters around him. LeBron will flourish in that. You have AD, who's one of the best big men, arguably the best big man in the game, who can also put the ball on the floor and is the best defender in the NBA. And you have shooters around LeBron and AD. You have Danny Green, even though Caldwell Pope is not what he's supposed to be, but he's okay. You have Caruso, who can shoot. They got shooters around the court. And then they added J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters. Bro, they'll probably lose 1-2 games in the playoffs. There's nobody stopping that system. That would be a perfect system for LeBron and AD, because LeBron's the best passer in the game. AD's the best big man in the game. One of the best defenders in the game. All they would do is dominate. They already dominate. You have Phil Jackson running the show, the triangle system, there's nobody stopping that. So MJ and Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and the crew, that's what they was doing. Yes, MJ is amazing. MJ is the greatest of all time. But y'all need to stop discrediting the coaches also. There's amazing coaches in the NBA. Michael Jordan had an amazing coach in Phil Jackson. Kobe had an amazing coach in Phil Jackson. LeBron had good coaches, but not great coaches. Eric Spoelstra is becoming a great coach. Tyronn Lue is okay. He's a pretty good coach. But Kobe and MJ had a great coach in Phil Jackson. There's a reason why he won 11 championships. LeBron, all the coaches LeBron had combined won 3. You know, back in the day when Kobe and Shaq was running, with MJ and Scottie Pippen and his crew, they was all running the triangle system. With Kobe, Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher and the crew, they was all running the triangle system. That triangle system was unstoppable. There's nothing you can do about that. Either Kobe is going to shoot the shot or lob it to Paul Gasol and make him post down low and be dominant. There's nothing you can do about that. So imagine if LeBron and AD had Phil Jackson this year. Just imagine. They wouldn't even lose probably 10 games. I'm telling you right now. If LeBron had Phil Jackson in Miami, they would have won not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. So nobody wants to bring this up. People want to act like LeBron is worse than MJ and Kobe because they got more championships when Phil Jackson was the head coach. MJ and Kobe weren't the coach, Phil Jackson was. So LeBron, you can argue that LeBron makes the players around him better, right? So just imagine if Phil Jackson was in Cleveland when LeBron only had Sasha Pavlich, whatever his name is, and Larry Hughes in the crew. 07 versus the Spurs when they got swept. They wouldn't have got swept if they had Phil Jackson. I'll tell you right now. Even when LeBron had old Shaq that was about to retire, they still would have been up there. They probably would have went to the finals and they would have beat Orlando. I bet you that. They would have beat Dwight Howard and Orlando, the crew. They still had Phil Jackson as a coach. LeBron had good coaches, but he never had a great coach in Phil Jackson or Greg Popovich. MJ and Kobe had Phil Jackson. So people want to talk about why LeBron, when I hear Paul Pierce talking about, oh, these players build up their team, they build a dynasty. Shut up, Paul Pierce. Because Paul Pierce, what did you do with Boston? You was a great player, but you didn't build no dynasty. You didn't establish nothing with Boston. There was already a dynasty without you. So don't argue that Bill Russell and MJ and Kobe, all these players did all they can, and LeBron did it. LeBron brought a team back from 3-1 versus one of the best regular season teams of all time to beat the Golden State Warriors in the finals in Game 7. Made best block of all time. So I don't want to hear that. That championship by LeBron James erases Paul Pierce's championship. Let's go there. That championship by LeBron James erases Paul Pierce's championship and also is better than 3 of the 5 championships Tim Duncan had. So stop it right there. That's what my point is about this. Just imagine Phil Jackson will go for LeBron James in his career. I guarantee you, LeBron will have more than 3 rings. I guarantee you that. He will have 4, probably 5 rings if Phil Jackson was LeBron James' coach. So y'all want to put in perspective how, MJ and Kobe had a less supporting cast of LeBron? No, he didn't. No, they didn't. They had just as great, might be better supporting cast than LeBron. I mean, Kobe had Shaq. Yeah, LeBron had D Wade and Chris Bosh, yes. But Kobe had Shaq. MJ had Scottie Pippen. Every great player needs another player to win a championship. So y'all Hall of Famers need to stop making that argument for MJ and Kobe over LeBron. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's gonna do for this video, man. I just had to get my rant off. I'm just telling y'all, if Phil Jackson was LeBron James' coach, he would have 5 rings by now. That's my opinion. Yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I'll have more imaginary videos just like this coming very soon. Please make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers at the end of the year. Please get this channel to 200 at the end of this month. And thank y'all for tuning in. It's been your boy Will, and I'm out.